This radio DJ is live on air when the lights suddenly go out. Strangely, some of his equipment remains powered, ruling out a typical blackout. Alone in the studio and unsure what to do, he calls for help, likely management or technical support. As he's on the call, a cloaked figure silently passes by the window, causing him to freeze and hang up. Gathering his nerves, he creeps to the window and peers down the hallway. But whoever it was has already vanished. His next call, undoubtedly, is to the police. No one should have been inside after hours, let alone someone wearing ancient robes with their face obscured. This stadium is said to be haunted by a mysterious black shadow, and YouTuber Outdoor Zia Long is determined to investigate. As he's searching, something eerie unfolds. Later, he spots the same red ball he encountered during his last visit. As he runs toward it, the ball suddenly trips him. The unsettling events don't end there. Evil seems to follow him at every turn. Pay close attention to the mirror. A shadowy figure appears beside him. Did you notice it? At first it might seem like a trick of the light, but it vanishes the moment he turns around. And it's not just the shadow that has viewers on edge. In another chilling moment, a face briefly peers out from a doorway. It looks like a woman with long hair, adding yet another layer of terror. It's clear the shadow figure isn't the only presence haunting Zia. This stadium feels like a demon's playground, and it seems like they're targeting him. YouTuber Chris Javier was filming a casual vlog in his neighborhood late at night when he experienced something unsettling. While walking under a streetlight, he suddenly felt as though he wasn't alone. Moments later, the streetlight began flickering on and off, something Chris noted had never happened before. Initially brushing it off as a coincidence, Chris decided to test. He spoke directly to whatever might be controlling the light, and to his surprise, the light appeared to respond multiple times. The timing was eerie, turning off just as he mentioned it, almost as if it was taunting him. Things took an even stranger turn when Chris spotted a shadowy figure emerging from a nearby alley. The person appeared disoriented, mumbling aggressively to no one in particular. Feeling uneasy, Chris started to leave, but noticed the stranger was following him. Then, as abruptly as they appeared, the figure returned to the alley, stopping under the same flickering streetlight. What happened next was truly bizarre. The figure began swinging their arms wildly in circles, as if drawn to the flickering streetlight, completely ignoring Chris. Their erratic movements grew more frantic, almost like a trance or a ritual, with the light seeming to respond, flickering in sync with their actions. Chris stayed for a while, his unease building, but the strangeness of it all eventually became too much. The odd behavior and eerie streetlight interaction made him feel like something paranormal was at work. Shaken, he decided to leave, his mind racing with questions about what had just unfolded before him. This post comes from the popular Ghost subreddit, and it's one that's bound to leave you tossing and turning tonight. The uploader New Rayin 5000 425 shares a spine-chilling experience that happened while working late at night in an old building located in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. He recalls that one evening, as he was finishing up his tasks, he saw something strange out of the corner of his eye. At first he brushed it off, thinking it was just his eyes playing tricks on him. After all, it's easy for the mind to wander when you're working alone late at night. Still, a nagging feeling told him to keep an eye on the hallway. Just to be cautious, he set up his phone to record the area. Little did he know, this seemingly random decision would lead to capturing something truly unsettling. As he reviews the footage, something incredibly bizarre happens. Take a look at the clip for yourself.
Did you see it?
Did you catch that? If you carefully watch this particular frame, you'll notice subtle movement at first, followed by the appearance of a dark, shadowy figure that seems to emerge from the hallway. The post quickly gained traction, sparking a heated debate among viewers. Some commenters argued that it might have just been someone cleaning or vacuuming the area, citing the shadow's movement as ordinary. However, many others were not so quick to dismiss it. They believed this could be genuine footage of a ghostly entity caught in the act, or undeniable proof of something paranormal. Let me know all your theories in the comments below. Late one night, in a quiet Carolina neighborhood, a homeowner was startled by the sound of snapping branches outside. As the noises grew louder, broken limbs were suddenly hurled toward his house, as if by some unseen force moving in the shadows. Determined to uncover the source, he grabbed his phone and began recording, unsure of what he might capture.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw. Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name is going on? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him. I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half.
As fear took hold, the man realized the danger of staying outside. Something large and powerful was out there, and it wasn't happy with his presence. Choosing caution, he retreated indoors, leaving the questions of what or who was behind the destruction unanswered. To this day, he remains unsure of what lurked in the darkness, though he suspects it may have been something beyond the ordinary. What do you think was hiding in the shadows that night? A recent post on the Ghost subreddit, submitted by user Thrash6, has been making waves in the community. In the clip, a group of men can be seen gathered in a circle, attempting to communicate with a potential spirit lingering in the room. As you might expect in a setting like this, it doesn't take long for something to happen. Out of nowhere, a metal rod behind one of the men begins to lift on its own. The movement is clear and deliberate, leaving no room for doubt. According to the uploader, the group immediately rushed upstairs to review the footage. Sure enough, the rod had seemingly been raised entirely by itself, with no visible explanation. The video has left viewers debating whether this was the work of an unseen entity. Was the spirit angry or frustrated by their attempts to make contact? If so, one can only hope they've learned their lesson and will think twice before disturbing it again. This clip remains one of the more mysterious and unnerving pieces of evidence on the subreddit. What do you think? Could this truly be a sign of paranormal activity, or is there a more logical explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In February 2021, a TikTok user named Joshua Dean shared footage that quickly sparked intense debate. Captured by a home security camera inside his young daughter's room, the video begins with an ordinary, peaceful scene of a child sleeping soundly. But what happens next turns that calm moment into something far more chilling. Take a look and decide for yourself what might really be happening. Out of nowhere, the child appears to be pulled under the bed by an unseen force. In the video, she can be heard crying out, "Mommy!" as the bizarre event unfolds. Joshua insists that something or someone clearly dragged her. However, his wife has a different perspective, suggesting that their daughter may have simply been crawling under the bed on her own. This footage has left viewers divided. Was it just an innocent misunderstanding, or could an invisible presence have been at work? If so, what could it have wanted with their daughter? Incidents like this serve as a reminder of the eerie things security cameras can capture and the unsettling mysteries they can reveal. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. A man shares his experience of moving into a small wooden house in a remote village in northern Italy. After years of city living, he was eager for the tranquility, fresh air, and charm of the countryside. The quaint house was irresistible, and he purchased it without hesitation. However, within a few weeks, strange noises began disturbing the peace. The unsettling sounds seemed to come from the attic. Thumps, loud bangs, creaks, and occasionally the noise of something heavy being dragged across the floor. This was especially baffling since the attic, along with the rest of the house, had been thoroughly inspected before he moved in. One night, the noises grew louder and more persistent, refusing to stop. Summoning his courage, he decided to investigate and ventured into the attic, phone in hand. As he entered, something terrifying happened. chair suddenly moved violently across the room with incredible force. Overcome with fear, he dropped his phone and fled the house. After some time to calm down, he returned to retrieve his phone, but was still visibly shaken by the ordeal. Unable to stay another night, he called a friend and arranged to stay with them for a few days. To this day, he has no explanation for what resides in the attic, but is convinced the house is haunted.